My name is Maddie. I write stories, and this is going to be a little bit different of a video for today. And yes, I am still vlogging my writing progress, so do not be worried. But I just wanted to talk about something today that I think is a little bit important for me, anyway. Um, as you guys know, if you follow along or if you've been watching me for the last month, I've been posting. I had been doing a chapter swap with a group of mine, and I've done this a few different times, and I never really thought too much of it. But my friend had brought up the whole Google Docs an AI issue. And anyone who knows me in my personal life knows that I'm very against the use of AI. Just in general, it's not good for the planet. And then when it comes to creative stuff, I just don't think it belongs in creative spaces. So it was very shocking to me whenever he had told me that his story came up on Google when searched up before its publication date. And this is before he had pre registered it for publishing on Amazon. It was before all of that. And so it had me thinking, let me just check mine. Let me just be safe. So I sign on to my separate account that I use for my writing, my business, um, but it's not the owner of my draft. My draft is on a completely different Google. And so I searched it up, Project Blue Lights by Madison Graham, me. And I was very shocked to find not only just the project name, but potential titles, character names, plot points, the names of the gods that I have created, and all of these things that are so dear to me because I have been working on this project for 2 years or almost 2 years now. So I have come to the conclusion that I will be making the switch. Um, I know that it's because I did a chapter swap. And if you list a document as anyone with the link, like if you were to share it with friends, it is considered public in Google's eyes. And so, therefore, they can take from that and share it with the entire world if they ask. And with me, I share my progress on here, on TikTok, on all different types of different platforms. So it's not really something that I want showing up on Google if searched for, if by chance I don't remember to switch it back to restricted after the chapter swap is completed. So I'm going to be making the swap to Ellipsus, which is very similar to Google Docs, and I'll go over the way that it functions on here for you if you choose to make that swap switch with me. Um, I had a bit of a meltdown over it because I have been using Google Docs for so long and I'm so used to it. But Ellipsis looks very similar. It looks like it functions very similar. The only thing that I have noticed is that they don't have separate tabs, so you can't add multiple tabs to it. But there are things that are different that I do like. So if I am writing in my project Blue Lights, I will swip. I keep saying that. I will switch over to the pull up of my screen so that you can see what I'm seeing real quick. And then I will show you exactly how Ellipsis works and how it's similar and different to Google Docs. So then maybe all of our work can be safe as well. Okay, so this is Ellipsis. I just clicked on my document and let's see. Let's go to format. So this is the formatting page. There you go. Where you can click I don't know, the heading, or if you're going to do heading 1, heading 2, main body, all of those things. This is the font, so you can pick all different types of fonts. I know that they have Times New Roman, which is what I use, but you can pick whatever one that suits your aesthetic best. And when you click that, you can click on the second one here to pick the specific type of font, whether you want it bold or small or however you may be. And then over here is where you can choose the size of text and the spacing. I usually do double spaced just because it makes it easier for formatting later. And then this is the text color and highlight if you choose to do that as well. All different types of formatting here, like bold, italics. You can add pictures here. You can do pageless, but I find using pages is easier for formatting later, and I just like to make my life as easy as possible, so I just keep the pages. You can add page numbers here. I already have that turned on, and you can pick the alignment for those and whether it be on the top or bottom with footer or header. And then, of course, down here you can reset to default if you mess it up and just want to start all over. Let's go back. And then over here is the outline, and that will show, chapter 1, chapter 2. In between, it'll show chapter titles if you choose to do that like I have. And let me see back here. Click it. There you go. This is the spell check. I tend to have a lot because I write fantasy and I have a lot of made up words, to be fair. So I have to kind of sort through those eventually. And then let's see. Oh yeah, then you can choose your language down there. The version history is very similar to the Google Docs version where you can see different versions of the same draft as you make changes, where right now I don't have any previous drafts because I just moved this over. So of course this is the only version I have. Let's go back. Any moment. There we go. There are comments, so if you have comments, you can add them here and you'll see all of them listed. And then you have a chat. If you have like a co-author or a collaborator that you're chatting with, it'll be right here, which I like because in Google Docs it's just comments and things like that. And I like how it's a chat, so you can just kind of chat back and forth about it. Over here is where we can share out the document. I like how there is a specific section where you can send the document out to readers, which it'll show here like the reader link. And if you highlight a portion, you can send a snippet with that bottom button there, which I think is really cool. Down here is where you can download or export your file in different ways. And I like how right here, that little button I'm circling around, it says you can export it directly to AOS if you are the type of person who likes to upload your stories to AOS, which makes the process very easy, I think. Over here, there's a little timer button, like a little timer, and this is where you can do sprints, which is very different from Google Docs. They do not have this feature, so I love this because whenever you start the timer, you can continue to start the timer over and over until you're done. And when you are done, you can hit that little stop button right there. And it'll show you at the very bottom how many words you added to your document. So if you're someone who likes to keep up with that, I think it's really cool. I just hit that focus button, which helps you really just focus on the document. It takes all the nonsense off the sides away, and you can easily exit it right here. And then this is the notifications bar. So if you have a community on Ellipsus, you will get all your notifications here, which is nice for me because I have a Discord group and a lot of them use Ellipsus already. Let's see, let's go back home so you can see, because dealing with the fact that there's no tabs on here, I just kind of added separate documents with my world building and my plot. And then there's this little sneaky document right here, which is a other project that I'm working on, but you guys will find out about that in time. But for now, let us get back to me. So this is a little bit of a different video, but I really just felt like this was extremely important because finding out that my work that I have been working on for so long is so readily available to the public without me really thinking too much about it is just not what I want. I don't think it's right. And I know Google says that they don't share their stuff with AI, but my project name potential title names, characters, story plots, everything that I have put together came up in an AI summary. And if that isn't using I don't know what is. So thank you for watching till the end. And I will see you next week with a continued vlog of writing this draft until its completion. Bye.